All right, guys, so for those of you that stuck around, which it looks like it's most of you, welcome to the team. I'm assuming you're on board, and if not, hopefully you will be shortly. Either way, I'm excited to get into some training because I think this is what it's all about. You know, I mean, there's a lot of value in our product, and that's great. But ultimately, our goal is to identify, affiliates that want to build a business. Sometimes people go, oh, it's, in these things, it's all about recruiting people. Well, let's be honest. What's going to make you or I more money? One customer or a customer getter? A builder that's going to bring in potentially thousands and thousands of people over the course of time, right? Versus just one customer. We love customers. Just like if you owned a McDonald's, right? You're selling burgers to individuals, that's fine. But if you had other distributors, right, that are opening McDonald's or starting their own franchise, that's going to be more profitable for the corporation to expand their business. So it's no different here, right? That's why BK's coming out here. He thinks that based on the leadership that he's met, because a core group flew out to Arizona and got to spend time at the Verve nightclub at the US Airway Arena, right? They got to hang out, BK at the corporate office got to hang out at the manufacturing plant. They got to spend time with BK and the #1 earner. They said, you know what, we got to get out there. We got to go to them. How awesome is that? Yeah. And next Saturday, by the way, they're going to have a lot of the body build there for us all to sample. So I would bring as many people as possible to that event, not just because they're going to meet the owner, but also because we're going to have body build there. It's fantastic. It's going to be a great event. But my goal is to help you launch your business. Joining is great. Anyone can do that. That means nothing, right? I mean, it's great, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you make money. You don't just sign up and go, where's my check? Yes? Right. Yep. So we want to launch, all right? That means you're going to build your business fast. You're going to expose a lot of people to the opportunity and the product in a short period of time. The business is way easier, more effective to build fast than slow. Slow, I'm going to get a case, I'm going to dip my toe in the water, maybe I'll see what happens. Right. That's fine if that's you. I'm assuming since you're here on a Thursday night, right, at 9 o'clock, whatever time it is, you want to build fast, all right? So order an affiliate pack. That gets you, you're eligible for all 9 ways to make money, but that gets you over $500 in products. Bless you, you need some Vemma, right? You're eligible for all 9 bonuses, you get a free marketing site. You want to set up, please, if you're taking notes, this is extremely important. You must set up a 2-case auto delivery. So remember I talked about the frenzy bonus? Yep. You may be helping someone else get the frenzy bonus if you join tonight. You say, well, I want to wait till tomorrow. Just know that might actually hinder the person that brought you in from getting their frenzy bonus. So if you could do it tonight, that'd be great. If you can't, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? But we try to help everybody get frenzy bonuses. We would help you do the same thing. So if you're going to do an affiliate pack tonight, if you're like, John, I want to go all in, I want to go fast, set up a 2-case auto delivery. You cannot hit a frenzy bonus, and neither can the person that brought you in or anybody you bring in and they bring it. Nobody can frenzy without the 2-case auto delivery set up. So ordering the affiliate pack is just one part of it. The other part is the 2-case auto delivery must be set up. And if you're a leader, make sure everybody you bring in sets that up, okay? Because otherwise the frenzy is not paid. I just want to be clear on that. And you really want to get one person on your left and one person on your right. One person on your left, one person on your right. That's the minimum you want to do so you can capitalize on cycling, rank advancing, all of that. Now, if you really want to build it fast, you want to sign up 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Now, talk to your mentor, talk to the person that's enrolling you in the business. You might do, 4 and 2. You might do 5 and 1. It just depends on who you're enrolling. The person you're working with can give you some advice on that. I can give you some advice on that. But this is how a lot of people will start. Now, watch this. This is why. When you put 3 people on the left and 3 on the right, you can literally do this between now and Thursday this week. So you could sign up 3 people over the weekend, 3 people over the week, next week, that's 6. So you could do 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and what would happen is you would hit $300 in fast start bonuses from this side, $300 in fast start bonuses from that side. How much is that? 600. You guys pay attention. Awesome. All right, now, you'd also hit a double frenzy bonus twice. All right? Plus, you would hit some cycles, some momentum bonus, which is the same as the balanced team bonus. Long story short, that'd be over $1,600 approximately. Now, how many of us would be excited if you enrolled 6 people that want to live longer, look younger, feel better, and earn more income, just 6 out of 50 countries right? This isn't the energy deregulation stuff. We got like 6 states and 1 country. You picking up what I'm putting down? What's up, buddy? As soon as I saw how many countries we were in, I called, when I was looking at other network marketing companies a year and a half ago, right? 2 years ago, whatever it was when I first started looking, I saw the countries Vemma was in, and I was like, I want that, ooh, I like that. Look at all these countries. I was like floored by that, all right? So long story short, out of all the countries, can you find 6 people in the next 7 days that want to start their own business, all right? Oh yeah, keep going, I got it. Does everybody get this?
Yep.
Okay, this is a big deal. You could triple your initial investment. I don't know about you, but I'd be excited about that,
Yeah.
all right?
Oh yeah.
Now here's the other thing, help other people do it, and now that's how you create some momentum in your organization.
Right.
All right, that's how you start creating other success stories. In addition to that, the more you get the product out in the marketplace, the more testimonials you're going to have on the product side too. You know, there's nothing more amazing than someone saying, I've had sleep apnea all my life and I've never had more than 3 hours of sleep in an evening, and last night for the first time I slept for 7 hours. No health claims, it's probably a coincidence. Do you understand, right? And here's what was interesting, the guy that had the sleep apnea, you know what he drank? A Bold. He drank an energy drink, and he slept for the first time through the night in his entire life. It was like 20, he's like 26 or something like that. But it was because it had the nutrition in it. It wasn't the energy factor, it was because he finally got some nutrition in his body. See, people think they get nutrition from the food they eat, and this is just not possible. All right? So, anyway, benefits of launching your business: saves countless time, compresses time frames, it creates synergy by building in waves of people, and you'll grow exponentially versus one at a time. The bottom line is your business will grow faster, less time, and it'll duplicate. All right? Everybody look at your neighbor and say, duplication.
Duplication.
That's the key to this business. Now, what I would encourage you to do is have a grand opening, right? Some call it a frenzy party. I like that, by the way, frenzy party. Some people call it a launch party. Bottom line, get 5, 10, 20 people over to your house immediately, as soon as possible, so they can come try the products, they can watch the same video you watched, and then, you know what I mean, you go through some information, you get some customers, you get some affiliates. All right. You may even have one of the leaders that can help you launch your business. We can do launch calls, webinars. There's a lot of ways to expose people. And I'm not saying you have to do an event at your house. You don't have to. But it is the fastest way to launch your business, because when people can try the product, I can't tell you how many times people said, as soon as I tried the product, I was in. You know, I remember when BK sent me, I don't remember exactly what the pack was, but I remember trying the Bold. I think he actually sent me a whole case at the time, because Bold had just launched a year and a half ago, and I drank it, and I go, this is the best energy drink I've ever had. And I was just, you know what I mean? To me, it was like, I was skeptical. I mean, I was ready to poke holes, and I was like, dude, that is good. Like, that cannot be real life. That cannot really just happen. I was like, this is amazing. I can sell this. I was like, I don't know about the other products, but this I can sell, right? So the point is, you know, when people can try the product, it is very effective. Now, at the same time, too, you could technically sign people up through 3-way calls. There's lots of ways we've signed people up. It's just the most effective. The close ratio will be the highest if they physically try the product, all right? Now, fastest way to launch your business is through your warm market. Some people say, well, John, you know, can we do cold market? Can we run ads? Can we do stuff on social media? Absolutely. But ultimately, the only reason someone would ever run an ad, or they would ever talk to a stranger about Vemma, is because they've been in the business for a while and they've talked to mostly everybody they know, and they've either signed up a lot of people or had people say no. To me, it wouldn't make sense that if you found a killer product, a phenomenal opportunity, that you wouldn't want to talk to people you know.
Right.
Now, how many of us know some people are probably going to say, I ran out of people to talk to. But if that did happen, somehow you literally talk to every human you've ever met. How many of us meet new people every day?
Yep.
All right? So, but let's start with people we know. That's what I would encourage you to do. I'm not your boss. I don't tell you what to do. It's just a recommendation. In my 13 years in network marketing, where I've seen the most success, even if someone says, hey, I met someone today at the grocery store and I brought them in my business, I'll say, great, let's find out who they know. I'm not going to tell that person that just signed up, that doesn't know you, to then go talk to people at the grocery store, to run an ad, because people don't trust people they don't know, right? And here's the beautiful thing. This is kind of the tough part, but also the good part, depending on the person. See, in network marketing, you will be punished or rewarded based on the life you lived prior to getting involved. Like, when I first got involved in network marketing, I couldn't get any of my friends to join. Why? Because that was before I'd actually had any success, and most of my warm market were my buddies. You follow me? Like, once someone sees a lampshade on your head, like one time, respect is out the window. There is no coming back from that. You understand? When you're like, hey man, I got a multi-million-dollar opportunity, they're like, yeah dude, okay. Good luck with that. John's gonna get arrested, watch. Just like you did, right? You understand? Like that's how my buddies were when I first got involved in network marketing. Then of course the first company I was in got shut down just like you guys experienced. So then it was like they were all right. And I went on a little hiatus and I went and made a bunch of money in the mortgage business because I outworked every single person in that company. I literally literally they would have the call logs on Friday, who made the most calls every week for like 3 years, me. So it wasn't that I was smarter or better, I just outworked everybody because I was hungrier. The point is, when I made $125,000 my first year, was the rookie of the year, and then $250 my next year, #1 loan officer in the company, guess what happened when I joined network marketing? I signed up everybody from the mortgage company. Sure. Including my boss, his boss, other mortgage bankers from other companies, and then they were talking to their real estate friend, and then I just crushed it because the people that knew me for those 2 years were like, well, if he's making a lot of money in mortgages, I'll check it out. But you know who still didn't join after all that?
Your buddies.
All my buddies. So that's the sad part and the awesome part about network marketing, depending on the person. Some people will sign up every person they talk to. When Bob says how he's, when people say Bob's the only $1 million earner from the last company, would you agree when he calls, they go, I will buy the magical juice, I'm in. And you know what they'll say? You know what, one of my buddies showed me this a couple weeks ago and I told them they were crazy. Same company, what was the variable? The person, right? The person that was talking to them. So unfortunately, some of your feelings are going to be hurt, but just be like, okay, that's normal, right? That friend maybe doesn't look at me that way, but eventually, as you work on your skills, you talk to enough people, there is no failure in network marketing. There are only quitters. So as long as you don't quit, you don't fail. You guys picking up what I'm throwing down? Yep. All right? I'm telling you, if you make a big list and you talk to everybody you know, you get them in front of the information, you can absolutely crush this. I would also make a list of your A players. All right? How many of us know business owners? Yep. Entrepreneurs? Do you know anybody that's ever sold lotions, potions, pills, water filters, skincare, hair care, cleaning products, knives, bowls, beads, pots, pans, jewelry, energy services, telecom services, TV services? Write all of them down and highlight them. They tend to join our type of business more than any other type of person. Meaning business owners, entrepreneurs, network marketers, people that make a lot of money. Sometimes people say, well, that person makes a lot of money, he wouldn't be interested. I just told you how much money I made in the mortgage business and I joined network marketing. Why? Because I could afford it. Because I knew I could get a lot of people into it. So influential people actually love network marketing. Some of them will tell you that they always do network marketing. You know what I mean? Like to them, that's normal. So don't prejudge just because someone's successful. And I guarantee, how many of us actually fit into that A player category, into one of those things I just mentioned? Raise your hand high. If you've ever owned a business, used to, done network marketing, raise your hands high, and everybody look around. None of this, right? Look around. It's most of the room, right? And I guarantee even some of the hands down are like, I just didn't, you know what I mean? I did, right? Do you get this, okay? The point is, these are great people to go after, so don't be discouraged if one of your neighbors that's a school teacher isn't interested. It's not that Vemma isn't a good idea, they're probably just not an entrepreneurial person, hence why they're a school teacher. There's nothing wrong with a school teacher, but they're just not normally as interested in this as the local business owner. You follow me? Okay? Now, I would book the home event within your first 3 to 5 days. You could also book a couple conference calls or 3-ways for people that maybe are local or maybe they can't make the home event or for whatever reason you're not doing that. But it is a goal to have everyone in your local area sampling and drinking the products, starting to spread like wildfire, right? Just getting the product out there into the market. I would also suggest inviting 40 to 50 people to a grand opening because half of them will say they'll come and half will show. So if you call 50, 25 say yes, 10 to 15 will show. And just be okay with half showing because I already told you it's going to happen. So don't be shocked. Don't mention the no-shows. Go, oh, thank God Bob came. No one else from work did. You know what Bob's going to say? Why didn't they come? Right? Your role is just to peek and invite. Don't present. Don't explain. Your goal is just to invite. It's too time-consuming to explain it to every person. I remember being exhausted explaining Vemma. I had so many people asking. I'd literally go through this whole spiel, right? And then like I have 3 calls that like called me while I'm like, I gotta call all 3 back and explain it to each person. You know what I mean? I was like freaking out. So I like literally did a recording, and I'd be like, listen to this, and when you're done, call me. So they would listen to the recording, right? Because where I came from, I was in the same company for 7 years. So I was getting bombarded, and I'd be like, listen, don't share this with anybody. And of course they would share it with like 3 people. They call me up like, hey, I already got people to join. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Leveraging my time like crazy right now, right? But me explaining it just wasn't effective. So I used a recording, right? Just like you would use the home event, right? Just invite the people and let us or the video or the product do the selling, right? Okay, now, so here's you're peeking and inviting to a home event, or you can do a video overview. Now, did you see the video we played? Okay, that video is also listed on dreambusinessdetails.com. Also, Vemma has a whole YouTube channel, so there's several different places that video can be viewed, all right? We also have capture pages for those of you that are like online people, that you want to do some internet stuff. A PCC is just like a launch call, conference call. It stands for private conference call. So how many of us have people that are not local? Right. All right, you could invite 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 people onto a conference call and have one of the leaders get on there, share their story, talk about the opportunity. All you do is, again, invite. Here's the catch with something like that, or something like getting them to a video overview. They're not what? They're not going to try the product. That's the downside. So the close ratio, the sign-up ratio may not be as high, but it's still, it could be a seed planted, and maybe they get involved later, right? Here's the beauty of the binary. You only have to build 2 teams. So when someone says, well, let me think about it, you go, okay, cool, we call them back the next day. I go, dude, it's crazy, 10 people signed up since yesterday. They're like, oh, really? Like, yeah, they would have all been under you if you would have joined yesterday. But anyway, let me know when you're ready. Okay? And the thing is, it's true, because again, you only built 2 teams, and some of those 10 people might have came from someone else. Right. All right? So, and then step 3 is to close. Now you have, manual closing, which is calling people, texting people, following up with people. I follow up with someone maybe 2 to 3 times, and after that, if they're still not ready, I just update them once in a while. I'll let them know the body build launched. I'll let them know that we have an event coming up. I'm not constantly calling people for the rest of their lives saying, you ready? You ready? You ready? Does that make sense? Yeah. But I will follow up a couple times. We also have systems in place to do that, so there's a lot of different things in place. But bottom line, just expose a lot of people quickly, build value in getting in sooner than later. And keys to successful inviting. If you're inviting to a call or you're inviting to an event, it's best to do personal phone calls. If you can't reach someone on the phone, you can definitely do a text message, but personal, meaning, Ali, what are you doing Tuesday at 7? Right. Bob, what are you doing, Saturday at 9, right? Personally reaching out to people. Again, the phone is the best, but sometimes you can't get in touch with everybody on the phone, so text message directly. The point is, don't do mass invites. Don't put it out there on Facebook necessarily. There's ways to do it that create curiosity, but don't just necessarily go out there and spam your Facebook wall. I like what Nadia says. Facebook is like your TV channel. If all you are is an infomercial, you're not going to get a lot of results from that. All right? Now, be natural, be yourself, be excited. No one's going to get excited if you're not. All right, some people are like, John, I am excited. I'm like, tell your face. You have to like smile, you have to actually be excited. People can tell when someone's excited, right? Sometimes people will join just because of your excitement, because it's contagious. How many's ever heard that? Now here's a script that we use. I know these leaders have their own team site, and they have some of their own documents and training forms coming out. But for now, this is what we use. This is just something real simple. I know these guys are going to put together a whole system for you guys, which is awesome. But, when I call someone up, I'm just like, hey, do you have a minute? What are you doing Tuesday at 7? And again, if I can't reach them, it might be a text message. But I'm seeing if they're available. Because would you agree, if they say they're available, now it's not as easy for them to make an excuse to not come to the event you're about to invite them to. Sure. All right? Now, if they say they're busy, honestly, I get off the phone. If I know they're busy for the night that I'm inviting for, I almost want to get off the phone. Not to say I just hang up. But I know it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be as motivated to try to get them to come because I know they have some very important thing going on. They're out of town, whatever. All right? Now, I'm hosting a get-together to launch my new health and nutrition business, and I'm really excited about it. I'm inviting a few key people over to check it out and try some samples. Can you make it? Very short and sweet, all right? They say yes, say fantastic, I'll see you then, and if something comes up, please let me know. Always confirm your guests, whether it's for a conference call, a webinar, an event. I cannot tell you how many times people will say, oh yeah, I have someone coming, and I said, do you confirm? They said no, and I just know in my head it's very unlikely they're going to show up. Because how many of us know people? Right? It's so much easier to just not come. It's so much easier to say, oh, totally forgot. But if you confirm it, higher show-up ratio. And again, the home event is the most effective way to launch your business. It's not the only way, but it is just the most effective, okay? Now, if they have questions, say, listen, I'd love for you to check it out, give me your feedback, and see if you or someone you know would be interested in this new project. So your goal is not to get on the phone and spend 30 minutes answering all their questions. Let a leader do that, or again, if they come to an event, they can watch the video, right? Your goal is just to get them there, not answer a whole lot of questions. It's too time-consuming, and again, you're new. What do you really know? All right? As soon as you start saying it's liquid supplements and healthy energy drinks, you're going to go, oh, energy drinks? I don't drink those. Or the, what kind of supplement? You're like, oh, that's what John was talking about. You understand? I'm telling you, don't do that. Your goal is just to get them there, check it out. Now, you can also share your reason why. Well, what is it? What's it all about? Well, I tell you what, I'm going on a health challenge, and my goal is to fit into my skinny jeans. Or my goal is to lose 10 inches, or lose 7 pounds in 24 days. They got that 24/7 pack. You didn't know that they have this new weight management pack called the 24/7 pack? So it's basically, if you buy this pack and you do what they say, you'll lose 7 pounds in 24 days. Some have lost more. Point being is, share your reason why. Your reason why might also be that you want to, start a home business. You might want to get out of debt, earn additional income. So what is this thing you're inviting me to? Well, it's a way for me to fire my boss and pay off all my debt. Can you make it? Well, what does it cost? Well, I tell you what, it's going to cost you 45 minutes to come take a look at this, check it out, tell me what you think, and you can see how I'm going to get out of debt, work from home, fire my boss, retire my spouse, whatever. You see how you can just bring it back to the why you're doing it. All right? Instead of getting in and explain it, just tell them why you're doing a business, why you're excited. And people are going to be like, wait a second, you're getting out of debt and firing your boss and you're going to lose weight and live longer? All right, I'll be there. You see? And again, you got to have fun with it. You see how I have fun with it? I'm not all serious and stuffy. Like, I'd be there for you if you invited me. And you hang up like, no one's listening to me. I'm like, dude, you just got to chill, Okay? Now, for more information before attending the event, you can give them a capture page if you set that up, Dream Business Details, your Vemma website, whatever. Your goal is to get them there. But listen, if someone's not willing to come without more information, no problem. Give them more information, but just don't really necessarily, get into explaining it. Your goal is just not to explain it because it's too time consuming. I'm telling you, all right? Now, if they are not available, when's as soon as we can get together? Right? I'm not available Tuesday at 7. Okay, great. When's as soon as we can get together? So you get together with them, have them sample the product, watch the video, et cetera, okay? You can invite them to a webinar, a capture page. How many of us were on Bob's webinar last night?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive how good he did at explaining the comp plan. Literally a week ago, he didn't even know about Vemma. Week and a half, right? Didn't know, let me say, he knew about it, but he didn't know about the comp plan. You understand? He didn't know how to explain anything literally a week ago. I mean, you guys have some great leadership in this area. Seriously, if this was like other leaders, other companies perhaps, other people coming over, it could be months before they even know how to do what Bob did last night. All right? So let's give him a round of applause. It was amazing. Here's some documents, all right? So the script, 100 names list, order forms. By the way, we use order forms at all of our like home events because, for me, just being in the industry a long time, I don't really believe people, and they're very high maintenance. So they'll go, oh, I went on the website, my internet didn't work, I couldn't figure out this, couldn't figure out that, lost my credit card, lost my debit card, lost my computer, my iPad, and my keys, couldn't even get home. And I'm like, oh my God, I should have had you fill out the form when you were there, right? Now here's another thing too. I also know from being in this business a little while, for 18 months, people put people in the wrong places. And it drives me crazy when people do it over and over and over again. So I was like, let's just have them fill out the order forms. So when you put in the order manually for that new person, right, you most likely will put it in a better place versus rushing at the event. And you're like, because like, let's say you have 10 guests there and 5 want to join and you only have 1 iPad. You see how that could be a dilemma? You got people waiting to join. All right, so it's good to have the order forms because they can just check out what they want, just make sure they have their credit card, 3-digit code, all that. Now, can you sign them up online right there? Absolutely. I just like having this because I've just been in situations. You follow me? Yep. I also like having the 1 through 10 overview, which we're updating because there was some new enhancements since the first. But again, this is all on our training website, welltrainingonline.com. But I know, again, Bob and Bob have a team training website that's going to have all of this stuff anyway. their own modified version of all of this, okay? So the website you guys are using, the emails that you already have that are going out, all of that's going to include all of this stuff. Again, they're working on making all of this Thrive branded, right? So that's very exciting. I love how they're keeping everything together, everyone together, and getting everybody on the same page. And understand, again, this is just the beginning. This is literally the first event we've done together. They have another one Saturday with BK himself. They have one in, is it New Hampshire? New Hampshire on Saturday. Right? And there's a couple other events I know they're scheduling. Baltimore, we do one every Thursday night. We plug in with this other organization. They're doing one right now. So understand, this is just the beginning of the East Coast takeover, all right? Now, at the end of a presentation, turn on the music, find people that are serious, get them signed up first. As soon as someone signs up, this is just an old school thing I've always done, and it works like a charm. Everybody welcome Mike to the team, and everyone starts clapping. You know what that does? Fear of loss is other people start filling out the form like, Mike's already in? Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Like, starts creating that competition, right? I know that's why Carl joined. He just wanted to get in before everybody else, right, Carl? Carl's not competitive at all.
Bob's and Mike's.
Exactly. We needed some Carls. All right. You can always let people know there's 3 ways to get started, right? You guys got all that? This is a great line. I'm only building 2 teams, and I want you to get started before I share this with everyone else. I've got more people I'm talking to tomorrow. Snooze, you lose, man. I'm telling you. You know that guy, Ted, from work? Yeah. I'm talking to him tomorrow. Like, really? Like, yeah. I mean, you could be above him, but I mean, you know, you want to think about it, so, you know. And here's another one. This is really good. Do me a favor. Try the products for 30 to 60 days because you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, you know, it's more about the psychology of trying it for 30 to 60 days. You're not committing to it forever. You're just going to try it. How many of us would be willing to try anything that's good for your health for 30 to 60 days? Yep. I mean, come on. All right? And again, you're only building 2 teams, so you let them know that. All right? And then here's some tools you want to download. Take note of this. This is important. Download the Vemma app on your smartphone or iPad. Okay? The Bod E app, that's Chris and Heidi Powell in your pocket telling you when to eat, what to eat, giving you suggestions, when to drink your shake. It is fantastic. It's like having a personal trainer in your pocket, all right? So again, for people that want to lose weight, they love this because they can just follow exactly what Chris and Heidi put together. You know, honestly, one of the main reasons people don't end up losing weight is they don't have the discipline or the organization skills to just stick to it. But if your phone keeps going off like, dude, you need to drink a shake, dude, you need to drink a shake, right? Make a salad, make a salad. Or it'll tell you, here's some healthy options in your area that you can go get something to eat. Here's the suggestions. Here's how to make this if you're making it. I'm telling you, this app is ridiculous, all right? Again, another 7-figure investment between these 2 apps that BK did. Webinars, we have live ones, recorded ones. Again, we have more on our training website. You can do 3-way calls. Here's the philosophy of a 3-way call. And please make note of this too. How many are on Facebook? All right, I love me some Facebook. Okay, I'm like obsessed and addicted to Facebook. Like I haven't checked my Facebook in like an hour and a half. Freaking out. I know I'm gonna have all these notifications. I love it because it's made me a lot of money. All right, made me a ton of money. Not as much as Mark Zuckerberg, but I'm working on it. I'm telling you, I've recruited so many people because of Facebook. I have so many customers because of Facebook. All right? It's a big deal to have a Facebook account if you don't have one, but here's what I like about it. How many of us have done 3-way calls? Okay? They're good. Here's what I like. I like doing 3-way group chats. I've had people introduce me to someone in a Facebook chat, and that way we start talking, typing, right? And then we'll take it to a phone call. But what's nice about it is it doesn't end with the phone call. I literally have people that I shared the business with or someone introduced me to months ago. I'll just go back and pop a message back in that old conversation. Like a 3-way call, it's kind of like it ends there, and if they don't join, I may never talk to that person ever again. Right. But if it's on Facebook, they start following me, they friend request me, you know what I mean? My friends are maxed out, but you understand what I'm saying? It's like, they can look at my profile, they can watch videos, so you can introduce, I mean, sometimes I'll have 10, 15 people I'm talking to on Facebook, just through the instant messenger chat. Now some of you are like, I have no idea what he's talking about, some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you, it's a nice little thing to do in addition to just a 3-way call, okay? And understand the value in getting the expert involved. All right, here's you, here's your prospect, all right? They trust you, right? They know you, that's your friend, but they don't actually respect you with your new business. They may respect you as a wrestling coach. They may respect you as a good father. Maybe you're a great, friend, whatever. But they don't necessarily respect you with Vemma because they know you're new. That's why you need to get the expert involved. See, you edify the expert, and that will create influence with your prospect. This is so powerful. Now, some of you are like, duh, I know this, been in the industry a while. Some people don't understand this. They go, I talked to 10 people, nobody's interested. I go, because you're talking. Right. Again, it's back to the thing I talked about earlier, right? If Bob called him up, #1 earner in another company, first and only 7-figure earner from that company, they're interested because of Bob, not because of the information that he's saying. He may be worse at explaining it than you. But they don't necessarily. I'm serious. Look, and again, it kind of hurts you start. This is what people say. This isn't working or nobody's interested, and I'm like, they would be if I talked to them because I know what to say. I've been doing this longer. Right. Just be okay with that. I remember doing 3-way calls with my mentor, and my prospect would ask a question. In my mind, I had an answer. My mentor would say something different. I'm like, oh yeah, that was better. That makes a lot more sense, but I didn't talk. All right? How many have experienced this that have done a 3-way call with your mentor, right? And here's the other thing. Even if the person doesn't join, you learn. So even if you get nobody signed up, you go, I introduced 10 people to my mentor, they didn't sign up anybody. Did you know what happened? You learned every single time what to say on those 3-way calls, all right? Use your expert after presentations to get questions answered, okay? And urgency. Also, we teach more about cold market and stuff like that, online aspects, but we do that with golds and above. It's more leadership type conversation. Because let's be honest, guys, bringing in complete strangers and you haven't even hit gold yet, you know what I mean? What are you going to tell a complete stranger if they do join? Some people are like, man, I wish I had a massive team. No, you don't. Not yet. You wouldn't even know what to do with them. Right? When you're new, you have to earn that respect or earn that discipline, earn that, conversation to have with people to lead a complete stranger or just anybody for that matter. So in the beginning, let's focus on warm market, and as you move up, we'll teach you more advanced things. Also, we have our team call Monday at 10. That's the number. All right, we do that every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you can set up your back office and indicate leg placement strategy tonight if you get started. This is really important. Also, you can schedule your home event before you leave here tonight. I know the schedule is going to book up quick. I think they already have some events scheduled. In fact, I'm doing an event Friday. The 6th, 7 o'clock, Villanova. And the normal people in here are allowed to come? Absolutely. Just the normal ones? Okay. But seriously, you can bring guests there, right? We're going to do just an opportunity overview. And then, what's great about that? Anybody that comes Friday can then come the next day to the event in Edison. Guests are free. It's 9 to 3 next Saturday. BK himself will be there. We'll have about 10 elite leaders that will be training. And affiliates are $10, I believe. It's at the Sheraton. Yep. In Edison next Saturday. And we have flyers back there actually, so this is going to be phenomenal. Also, if you want to subscribe to our newsletter, wealthtrainingonline.com, there's actually some videos that will go out walking you through a lot of this stuff, setting up your direct deposit, your W-9. Some people can figure that out right away. Some people, it's a little challenging. Honestly, if it wasn't for Nadia, I probably still wouldn't have my W-9 and direct deposit set up. So. And guys, you got to have long-term vision, all right? Understand, you might be excited tonight, but tomorrow you call some friends and they go, I tried that stuff before, it made my stomach upset. You may also talk to someone, they go, I've been drinking that stuff for years, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to sign them up, but they're going to go, dude, I already buy it through someone else. Right? How many of you realize this is like life? Good days, bad days, good years, bad years. What's the key to a roller coaster? You keep the bar down, have long-term vision, all right? You don't say, well, I'm going to the grocery store, oh my gosh, I hit a red light, I'm going home. Wait it out, it will turn green, all right? This too shall pass, people will join, and yes, they will quit. Get over it. It's just the way it is. If you thought this was going to be easy, you're wrong. Now, it might be easy for Bob or some of these other leaders, easier, right? Nothing's ever easy, but it might be easier, but again, because they paid the price in something else. Sure. All right? People go, how'd you hit Ambassador in 90 days? I didn't hit Ambassador in 90 days. I hit Ambassador in 13 years. I've been doing this for 13 years. All right? I'm sure if someone like Donald Trump got involved in Vemma, he'd probably hit Pinnacle a lot faster than you and I. Because he paid a price. All right? It's going to take time to build your business, especially if you've never done this before. But what else are you going to do? Do you have another plan to make residual income? I tried doing real estate investing. I lost $1 million in real estate and ruined my credit. It was an awesome experience. Yeah. Right? And sure, there are other ways to make residual income. There are other ways to make money. But you know what's beautiful about this type of business is if you do well, you could help improve a lot of people's health. You can help other people achieve wealth. See, how many of us have ever met wealthy people, successful people, or just rich people, right? They make $500,000 a year. It's like, that's awesome. How many people have you helped do that? Like, none. So what's beautiful about this type of business is that the better you do, the better your leaders do. The better your leaders do, the better you do. Everybody works together, and it's actually fun. I got to tell you, that was one of the things that attracted me to Vemma. It's just a fun company. Cool videos, man. Cool events. BK's cool. He's funny. You know, he's like a normal person outside of having 6 kids under 7. It's ridiculous. I think he's got like triplets and twins, and I don't know what's all up in there, but he's got 6 kids under 7. All right?
He needs a TV.
Touche. But look, BK has rode a harder roller coaster than you have. If you heard his whole story, you'd be like, wow. Most people would have got off that ride. But that's why he is where he is. You know what's interesting? When the company I was in shut down after 5 years, by the way, we got shut down. We didn't it was like FTC shut it down. And I was like, I remember going to the website because we had an office in Baltimore. And I remember asking other people in the office, because this was when the internet just was starting, you know what I mean? And I went on there and it said, you know, Trek Alliance is being investigated by the Federal Trade Commission. I'm like, what's that mean? You know what I mean? And then my upline was like, literally her face went white. She's like, you know, like, oh, I gotta go make some phone calls. And I'm like, you know, I'm 22. I'm like, that can't be good. And then I remember getting on a call and like the owner's like crying and it's like all bad. And like, you know, we're starting to learn about all this like other stuff they had going on. And I'm like, so they're like criminals? That's weird. They're like banned from the industry. And so good times. I don't even want to tell you about my other upline. That's a whole other story. Some of you know about that one. Anyway, so long story short, had some interesting experiences. But you know what's interesting? When that company went out of business, the leaders researched the industry, and they chose BK Barreco's company 11 years ago. How crazy is that? They chose BK's company back then, which was New Vision. Then eventually that merged into Vemma. And what's interesting to me about that whole situation is I didn't take advantage of Vemma back then. And some people might say, oh, do you regret that? No, not at all, because my life went in the direction it went in for a reason. I'm glad things worked out the way they did. Might not be here right now today talking to you about what I'm talking to you about. Who knows? Right. But the point is, isn't it interesting that even his reputation was that good 11 years ago? Yeah. That's phenomenal. And that's where we're at today, but you just have to understand, keep the bar down, have long-term vision, be okay with it being challenging, be okay with it maybe not necessarily you might not do as well as other people in this marketplace, okay? But just be okay with that, because it doesn't matter how long it takes you as long as you get there, all right? Now, company's the same, product's the same, you're the variable, and again, this is going to be next Saturday. I think that's it with the slides, right? Oh, also, I forgot about this. We also have an annual convention, okay? This is only once a year. Once a year. Some of you got that. June 11th to the 14th, $150 to register. It's in Arizona. I guess we'll be able to check out the home office. It's a new home office. Again, another 7-figure investment. Get to check out the manufacturing plant. You know what I mean? How many of us would love to go to Arizona actually right now? Yeah. I really don't like cold weather. But we definitely appreciate your time, guys. Get with the person that invited you out here. I hope this helped. And for those of you that are going to come next Saturday, we'll definitely see you there. And welcome to the team. And let's get back to the leaders too for putting this together.